Some of the worst calls, are things that, no human being should have to witness. Anything that has to do with kids, really sticks. And when COVID happened, it kind of sent me sideways. Now I'm back out in the real world, cutting people out of cars and doing the stuff that we do. And I just couldn't get in front of my anxiety, my depression, and my PTS. There's nothing, I just felt like I just couldn't. So I ended up going off duty, and I've had a couple suicide attempts. I'm going through a lot with my PTSD. It's really hard to explain, and there's a lot of shame in having ideation or feeling that way or getting as close as I did. I went into my gun safe and I grabbed my AR, and thank God my wife was there and heard it, and she dropped the clip out and got the gun away from me. I ended up going to the psych hospital for 10 days voluntarily. Definitely have had ideation and some close calls. What I thought was a really bad night was actually a turning point in my whole life. This couldn't have come at a better time. And that treatment center that I was helping out with, we were sending some of our first responders to you guys and then we took a tour. And I always thought man, that would be really cool to do that. So you guys are doing really good work. And I think, moving forward, I think all first responders can benefit from the Amen Clinic for sure.
The biggest thing we'll see in the scans of first responders, we'll often look for the diamond pattern, where your anterior cingulate, which is associated with depression, your basal ganglia, they're overactive, get associated with anxiety, and then your thalamus, which if it's overactive gets associated with depression. If you drew a line between them, you get a diamond. So this is our left basal ganglia. We have a little red spot when we get white. Anxiety.
The part of my brain that's responsible for the anxiety, and seeing that with my own two eyes, it doesn't make me feel like crazy. A lot of the time I feel like, why can't I just go out in public? Why can't I just get up and do this? Why can't I, and there's the facts, and like I said, it's something that I can do about it.
What are we missing and how is he feeling? And he said he's got anxiety. And if we look at his basal ganglia, it's lit up. We need to use something. I could have used a medication. I opted to use GABA, magnesium, just because I see them work, at least initially, quite well. Medically, I would consider, just to help your temporal lobes a little bit, there's something called hyperbaric oxygen therapy. You increase the oxygen concentration and atmospheric pressure, and it pushes oxygen across the blood-brain barrier and helps support those areas where we got some bumps here get better.
Okay. I've been kind of hibernating and been in isolation for the last couple months and lost a little bit of hope for a second there, and I've definitely regained that. So moving forward, I think it was the brain scans that got me up and out of my house, and actually show up to these appointments, and knowing that that I'm going to get the relief again from the anxiety. It just makes me want to go outside more. It makes me want to do more. It makes me want to experience life. I just felt like I got unplugged from it, and I just forgot how to do it.
We're dealing with people, and we learn something every time we see somebody new.
As a first responder, especially, firefighter, paramedic, I know for a fact that my brothers and sisters in service they're suffering too with this, the change has to be made because there's a suicide epidemic going on. And I've been suicidal, I understand it, and it breaks my heart. What I'd say to my, brothers and sisters in service, especially the fire department, I would just tell them that there is actual science behind what's going on with your anxiety, depression, hypervigilance. That there's actual evidence, and that your brain is injured, and it's normal, and that there's an answer, and that, here at the Amen Clinics, you'll get a scan of what that looks like and be able to have a treatment plan of getting better. That I think that really speaks to first responders. It takes the stigma away, and it just normalizes, and it takes mental health and kind of changes it into brain health.
What would I want for people like Maddie? I want them to get help, but I want them to get help with the most cutting edge, scientifically based, data driven individuals who have not just the kind of number science piece down, but also how to take the numbers and science and apply it to your heart. Because when you do that, things can really take off.
I'm just really grateful. I'm not a negative person, and I'm tired of being depressed, and I'm excited to get back out in life and start experiencing life again and start back, getting back in service.